Hi, my name's Dana Harris Seeger. Welcome to my studio at Visual Philosophy. Today I want to go over a couple creative prompts for you because I really love having something to go off of when I'm working in the studio. Sometimes it's really hard to get out of your comfort zone or start something new without having an idea of what or where you want to go. So today I want to talk about a few different prompts. The first of which is using transparency. So here I'm mixing up some acrylic paint that I'm going to use over a collage with screen print that I did previously. And the screen print and collage are very opaque, meaning that there's a lot of coverage. You can't really see what's underneath. If you look at that blue piece, it covers over what's the screen print that's underneath. And now with my acrylic paint and transparent medium, I'm using matte medium, but you can use gel medium or gloss medium too. I added that to my acrylic paint, my white acrylic, so that it gets very transparent and shows the layers underneath. So that's the first prompt, using transparency. I think it really helps give a nice glaze, overall wash of color, and depending on how much of the medium you use, the paint will be either more transparent, meaning more of the underlayers will show through, or more opaque, and less of the layers underneath will show through. So here I'm using a light color, a white with a little bit of yellow ochre mixed in, to color over and wash over the blues and a little bit more darker colors underneath. So think about whether you want to use a light color or a dark color to start with, and try to color over your whole piece in varying degrees of transparency. I'm also using a paper towel to give a softer feel and a more overall hazy look to the piece, because sometimes the brush strokes can be a little strong. Okay, so for prompt number 2, we want to think about light versus dark. So I'm going to use a little bit of the matte medium mixed with a darker color because I started with a lighter color. So if you started with a darker color, maybe think about how you can contrast the next layer with light, or vice versa. Sometimes I get stuck in one type, one color palette, or one, different shades, whether that's pastel colors, and I need to kind of break out of that. So putting something really dark or contrasting on my palette kind of helps me see that I need to use that as well. So here I'm blending a little bit of the white with the black, so it's not so stark, but the values kind of shift from very pale into sort of middle tones, and then into really dark areas. So I started with something realistic with the fan and the windmill, and then I added some washes of color with the light transparent glaze and the darker areas. And now I'm going to add, for prompt number 3, some more non-representational marks, something that will add some texture. So for the next prompt, try to add some contrasting marks. If you started with something more abstract or non-representational, try adding some collage with something realistic. Or when your paint dries, use some charcoal or some pencils and draw something more realistic. Here I'm making some marks with the blue crayon that really contrast with the more realistic underpainting and underprint. I'm also keeping the colors a little bit more consistent and trying to use the similar blue that was in the underpainting, just to keep it all cohesive. Don't want to go too crazy and make everything really different. Maybe we'll cover that in a different prompt. I'm also adding a little bit of the transparent medium to, again, make it more cohesive and consistent. Accentuating parts that I want to bring out. And that's our prompts for today. I hope you enjoyed them. I'll have some more for you soon.